What's up, pups? How's everybody doing tonight? What's going on, Ryan? The Bendu, TS Pedro. What's up, Georgie? Lucky Luke 369. How's everybody doing tonight? What's up, Steeman Freeman? Data Dev. What's going on? Zatu, Rapid Unbox. Love Matters. Deerslayer, good to see you, brother. Hope you had a good weekend. Kryptonite. Gray Night, that's right. Smash the like button, everybody. Hang on 1 second here. Yo. There you are. What's up, Jim? Alpha Hover, how you doing? What's up, PulseChain MP? Jebediah Dean, Ruskino, Surf and Coin, Tom Rudders, what's up? Surf and Coin, Kingsway, long time no see. Lost a friend. Claudia, what's up? Oh, the big announcement. Jim Cork. What's up? Ink Maxi, William Dugan. What's up, Love Matters? What's up, Techno Babble? How you doing, Hans? Van, let's get it. Guys, we had a lot of cool stuff. Actually, I have more stuff than I can even show you tonight. What's going on? Everybody smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Destroy it. Subscribe again. Subscribe for your friends and family members. You know what it's about. Yeah. Where we at here? All right. Cool. Let me get some links out for the show. Actually, we got some special guests tonight, actually. You guys are going to be surprised. Yeah. I'm liking that. Let's see. How's everybody's weekend? You guys take a little break? Come here. Don't want to do that. Yeah, okay. I'm going to drop a link in the Telegram group right now. Let's see what we got. Ooh, it's been a weekend. Notifications didn't come through on YouTube. Just hit the bell, unhit the bell, hit the bell again. It's weird sometimes. Sorry to hear about your friend. What happened? What'd I miss? You lost? Oh, okay. Like, why? Because of PulseChain? Because PulseChain's been down so long? I know, man. I lost a lot of friends, too. I lost business contacts as well. ETH's been down. Most of the alts have been down. What I got for you guys tonight? Whoa. This is the solar. This is us going around the galaxy, by the way. Thought this was a really cool video. Check this out, you guys can. Crazy, right? 230 million years it takes to go around the center of the galaxy. What's up, Bud P? How's it going? It's fucking crazy. All right, so this video just popped up on X. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but this was from the Bush Sr. when he was visiting NASA. Now, I don't know. Maybe this is fake. Let me check. I don't know. We don't have much in here yet. Okay, let me get the volume down here. This is a little crazy. All right, watch this, okay?
Been here once before.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to MCC.
Thank you.
Awesome.
That's a concept cupola when you on the windows of that. And that's a picture. Watch it.
You guys see it? This back here. What is this?
Before. Been here once before.
Chroma key means you can use any background that you like.
What's up, Crypto Princess? How you doing?
This is the true background.
Crypto Princess just had her birthday this week, by the way, everybody.
It means you can have any background that you like this,
She just turned 18.
or maybe this, or maybe.
This music is terrible. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been able to fact check it, but I thought that was interesting. I thought that was really interesting. What's this? Birthday, everybody. Everybody, do me a favor, smash the like button right now. Share the video. Wolves in the house. Yeah, that's true. Actually, NASA does mean that in Hebrew. It's very interesting. Astronaut, lol, it seems accurate to me. Yeah, you think that was a real video? Were they doing that kind of chroma key back in the day? Because that would have been, what, the 90s? That would have been before most of us were born, right? Some of you guys. Crypto Princess wasn't born yet. Let's see. Okay, so I got this video. So this is about the robot dogs. You guys want to see it? Let me know if you want to see it. This is what happens if you encounter the robot dogs, because this is what's happening already in China, okay? They're already being deployed. There they are. Yeah, is that crazy or what? So, you guys want to watch some of this? So somebody put this together.
Caused by misaligned artificial intelligence. They are like ordinary weapons, only many times more powerful. They are highly intelligent and are difficult to outrun. They can navigate complex terrain. They can track and identify targets using thermal imaging and facial recognition. These are the three dangers. Surveillance. They gather valuable intel. Sabotage. They destroy vital infrastructure. Strikes. They can be deadly dangerous. You can protect yourself and your family. Later on, we shall show you what steps to take. To accomplish their objectives, they can be deployed by air using vampire drones. They can be equipped with mobility features like a robotic arm or outfitted with one of these weapon systems: an assault rifle, a sniper rifle, an anti-tank rocket launcher, or a flamethrower. Although they hunt alone, they can also be deployed in a pack for maximum damage. This is called a swarm. A swarm can communicate and coordinate to achieve its
First
objective.
time I've seen this, actually.
Killing sentient life. If you are being attacked by quadrupedal autonomous agents, these are the sounds you must recognize. First, if an attack is coming, then you will hear the hum of drones in the sky.
Thank you, miss.
They
Good to
sound
see you.
like this. Next, their mechanical movements and operating sounds. Although quiet when alone, if a swarm is on the move, they sound like this. You may also hear the swarm communicate, like this. The heat signature of a robot dog is the same as a rabbit's,
these guys.
making them difficult to detect with thermal imaging. But if it is dark, mounted optic lasers or glowing sensors can be seen with the naked eye. If you make visual contact with a robot dog in your neighborhood, please alert the authorities. Anytime robot dogs are identified, warnings of the attack will be broadcast through a text message warning and sound. When you hear any of these sounds, you and your family must take action at once. Do not stay out of doors. If you are caught out in the open, remember the acronym, race cars travel fast. Run, cover, trap, fight. If running is possible, always choose this option first. Remember to stay low.
Good luck.
Break visual contact with cameras or sensors and maintain your distance until you reach cover. When looking for cover, remember the acronym, stop my hat, thanks. Staircases, moving surfaces, holes, and thin places. Staircases or ramps can be difficult to climb. Stack various objects on them to make it even more difficult.
This is a good one, actually.
If the robot dog does not come with an arm, use elevators. If it does, avoid them. If possible, climb down holes with ropes or ladders.
Jesus. Don't go in a hole.
Lastly,
God,
create hard-to-follow paths by using tall, thin beams, like spanning the gap in a stairwell. A robot dog's leg width is 500 millimeters. Look for objects with a width of at most 400 millimeters. If you are caught out in the open during a robot dog raid, find a safe house closest to you and barricade yourself inside. Once secured, you might be shut in there for days. But the world goes on, and deadlines are looming. But you're away from your desk with no options except to risk your neck. If you have created ample distance and have found cover, good job. See if the threat will pass. If it does not pass, you must trap it. Now is the time to use your anti-QRA survival pack. This mobile toolkit contains tools to help you trap, confuse, and evade your attacker. We will show you how to construct one. Never leave the house without some or all of these items. A balaclava and sunglasses to avoid targeted attacks through facial recognition. Flares to give off a bright heat signature that confuses thermal imaging. A small powder-based fire extinguisher to create a dust cloud that can cover sensors and create a smoke screen. A high-powered LED light or laser to confuse camera and LiDAR sensors. A paintball gun or water balloons filled with paint to blind them. A sturdy rope throwing net to entangle its limbs. Or a strong fishing magnet with a rope to snap to the dog's body and tie it down. Although effective, these tools are not guaranteed to work. If you still cannot shake it off, use these distractions to make it...
Whoa.
Rogue autonomous
fuck,
dust cloud that can cover sensors. This mobile toolkit contains these. But the world goes on, and deadlines use your anti-QRA survival pack. This mobile toolkit contains tools to help you trap, confuse, and evade your attacker. We will show you how to construct one. Never leave the house without some or all of these items.
You're going to need these,
a
folks.
balaclava and sunglasses to avoid targeted attacks through facial recognition. Flares to give off a bright heat signature that confuses thermal imaging. A small powder-based fire extinguisher to create a dust cloud that can cover sensors and create a smoke screen. A high-powered LED light or laser to confuse camera and LiDAR sensors. A paintball gun or water balloons filled with paint to blind them. A sturdy rope throwing net to entangle its limbs. Or a strong fishing magnet with a rope to snap to the dog's body and tie it down.
That's a good one.
Although effective, these tools are not guaranteed to work. If you still cannot shake it off, use these distractions to make it to your primary safe zone. They will likely follow you there. A safe zone is a location within your neighborhood or immediate surroundings that you are familiar with. If possible, it contains access to fresh water, and has amenable food stores inside or around the vicinity. It is important to note, no place is safer than any other. The risk is as great in the countryside as in the city. Although you might panic and try to move, we advise against this. You are just as safe in your home as anywhere else. No one will know where the safest place will be. In fact, you are far better off at home because it is the place you know and where you are known. If you move, there is no guarantee others will open their doors for you. I repeat, you are better off in your own home. During an attack, however, turn off heat sources like camp stoves and extinguish small cook fires. If you live in a house, a bungalow, or prefab, the safest place is the basement. If you do not have a basement, choose to stay in a room far away from the roof, outside walls, doors, and windows. Dogs armed with rocket launchers, flamethrowers, or assault rifles may be able to penetrate these, especially if they are working together in a swarm. To make sure that they do not get inside, however, we suggest building some or all of these anti-QRA booby traps and obstacles around your safe zone. Slippery surfaces. It has difficulty walking and may fall on slippery surfaces. Smooth materials like metal roofing sheets or plywood covered with a plastic tarp will work for this.
That's a good one.
Erect these at an angle, facing away from your safe zone, around major entry points.
60
Make
degrees.
them slippery by using lubricants, oils, fats, or grease. Even sand or dust can work for this. Cords. It cannot detect cords until it's too late. Place these strategically around your safe zone in a loose nest to entangle limbs or tied between two stakes as a tripwire. Short, unstable objects. It may not automatically avoid unstable objects that are less than 30 centimeters above the ground and may fall by stepping on such objects. Fill the perimeter of your hideout with plenty of trip hazards like sticks, wires, and other trash. Mirrors. Transparent, mirrored, or very bright surfaces can confuse its camera and LiDAR sensors. Place these around entryways to hide them. Moving
That's a good one.
surfaces. Moving surfaces such as escalators, walkways, vehicles, and boats can disrupt its walking system. Moats or pits. If your safe zone allows you to dig a deep moat or pit around it, do so. Ensure the walls are straight, at least 2 meters deep, and over 1 meter wide. They can jump up to 1.5 times its body length. A chain link fence. Although it could be cut, melted, or blown up, a chain link fence could slow down a swarm considerably. If none of these deterrents have worked, you cannot escape and are in immediate danger, move to the final step. Fighting it should be an absolute last resort. If you do not have a gun, get behind it, then quickly grab the handle underneath and yank it forward to disable the battery. Exercise utmost caution. Keep your hands away from the joints. They will crush your fingers if you are not careful. Alternatively, find the motor lockout button located behind the robot and press it. This will physically disconnect the motors, rendering the robot inactive. If you are unable to get that close, grab a long, blunt object like a sledgehammer and wish yourself luck. If you have access to a gun, aim for its battery pack. Do this with caution. If ion batteries are pierced, they can start a self-oxidizing fire that is very hard to extinguish. As the battery packs on military-grade QRAs are armored, this may not always work. In this case, target its other weak spots, including sensors, joints, and motors. However, the likelihood of having to fight a robot dog can be greatly reduced by choosing your hideout location carefully. Stay hidden. Avoid movement during peak patrol periods. If you have followed all of the steps in this video, you could manage to survive for a long period of time.
It's all about survival, pups. So here's what I think. I think that you should have paint guns. I think that's going to be the key. I think blasting their sensors is going to be the way to go. Taking them on is probably not the smartest thing because they're probably going to be accompanied by drone swarms as well. It's not just going to be the dogs they're going to send in. They're going to send in things from above as well. But yeah, if all else fails, just hit the power button. Exactly, just unplug them. So, yeah, a lot of things to look forward to. That's why we got to do well this bull run. I think Georgie said something. She said the future is remote communities. Yeah, there's definitely something to be said about that. But remember, they're going to have aerial versions of this as well, okay? So I think the best solution is to be in non-WEF zones. So that would be areas that they don't want to convert into 15-minute cities. I think a lot of places in Europe or Eastern Europe will probably have that. Obviously, just if you go out in the middle of nowhere and you live in Latin America or something, you're probably fine. But a lot of parts of the United States are going to convert to 15. They've already started. I mean, you saw what they did in Maui. Parts of LA already have begun. Arizona. The plans are probably in your area if you look it up to do some kind of conversion. Then they'll use weather or whatever to do it. Fires, something, by hook or by crook. And then eventually they'll send in the pups. And these aren't the nice kind of pups. So, okay, that's what they look like. And they got thousands and thousands and thousands of these. Hex sauce is just buying steak hex, that's right. Yeah, you want to blast their sensors with some paint, right? Yeah, I'm gonna stay in where I am because I'm just in an amazing area. It's already 15-minute cities where I am. It's kind of not on any map for anything in particular. It's always been safe in every war. I think I picked an amazing spot. So we got fresh water, surrounded by farms everywhere. Stuff's growing all over the place. So, and here's it again. If you guys just tuned in, they're testing them out in some big ways. Now these ones they're showing here are armed, so they have some kind of artillery pack on their back because these are military grade. But they're all going to be military grade. I mean, let's not kid ourselves, right? So, everybody smash the like button. Hope you guys appreciated that. I just saw that. I thought it was really interesting and funny at the same time. But there is some, it may be something in a couple years we'll look back and try to look up again and find out the best way how to deal with them.
It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened. It never happened. It never happened. We made this one up. It's fiction. We made up this one. We made it up. Fiction.
I'm pretty much convinced all our history has been bullshit at this point. Everything. And every once in a while they decide to reset us by using war or weather. Well, now they can use weather, but they use something and they get us back where they want us, you know. What's this? This is funny.
It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer.
That's my favorite. This one was invented by a writer. I love that one. This guy was pretty smart. Now, he was killed just a few years back. But
this is what I want people to know. The whole point of the human race and the human mind in itself is evolution. Whether it's evolution spiritually, physically, period.
Yeah.
If you're not evolving, you're doing something wrong. So anything that takes away the power of your mind is keeping you still and delaying your evolution. Study your laws of the universe. The law of attraction, the law of abundance, the law of equivalent exchange. Study your laws, the laws of cause and effect, the cosmic cycle. Study your laws. Dwell into your mind, meditate. Understand that you can alter your realms by your train of thought. The minute you slow down your thought, you're able to leave your body through astral projection. You're only enslaved if you can't control your mind. So while you can and while you don't have the whole world against you, or you don't have a lot of worries. Worry on freeing your mind from this realm. When you can free your mind from this realm, everything is but a thought. And if you can't free your mind, then you're a slave to this realm. The whole goal is you live and then you die. You can die plenty times while you're alive. The idea of physical death is completion. You served your purpose and then you won. I can't astral project, so I'm going to teach everybody else to do it, to free their minds and their souls.
Yeah.
This is what I want people to know.
You think they took him outing, Maxie? It was a weird thing. You know, I can't understand what they wanted. They took like a case from his car. I don't know, it was weird. It didn't really make a lot of sense. He seemed like a tuned in, tapped in guy, you know. He's a very interesting soul, very interesting kid, man. You know, I remember when they took him out. Yeah, it was really heartbreaking, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a bright kid. Yeah, because he wasn't going along with their satanic agenda. I think that's exactly right. He wasn't useful to them because he wasn't gonna, you know, put out their satanic agenda. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you know. And same thing like Jesus Christ, right? He was trying to teach people to free their minds. You know. You got to get tapped in, tuned on. This is pretty funny. This is Ali G and Donald Trump.
Okay. It's nice
And how does I call you, like...
You can call me Donald.
For real.
Okay.
It's Trump, innit?
Right.
And Rakim, remember at the beginning, what you do...
TR... It's up there. So, how long has there been businesses?
Well, business started from the day one, from early in the world.
And what was they doing business in back in the day?
Many, many, many years ago, hundreds of millions of years ago, people were doing business, and they were trading in rocks and stones and other things.
Who would want to buy rocks?
I don't know, man. You gotta ask them that.
I've got some business idea that I just want to tell you about, and I'll be a fool if...
Very quickly.
What is the most popular thing in the world?
Music.
No.
Tell me.
Ice cream.
Okay.
Everyone has it. And what is the problem with ice cream?
I have no idea.
It drips.
Okay.
So my idea is what?
To make a drip-proof ice cream.
No. Oh, that's a fucking brilliant idea. This. All right, whatever. You ain't going to come out with that, though.
No, I promise you I won't.
Well, my idea is to come out with just like these ice cream gloves that make the ice cream not go on your hands and make it all well sticky. And also keep your hands warm when you is eating the ice cream.
Okay.
Is you in or is you in?
Okay, well, it sounds like a good idea, and I hope you make a lot of money. Good luck, folks. It's been nice seeing you. You take care of yourself, okay?
Well, is you going to be in on that?
Well, it sounds like an interesting...
We've got like P. Diddy is going to be in it.
Good.
That's fucking great. Was that the 90s? Ali G. That was awesome. That's our president. All right. We gotta get to work here. So, Gremlin posted this, which is pretty cool. Now, this was a .com bubble. Come here, buddy. This was a .com bubble. All right. And then we had this euphoric blow off top, right? And then here's where we are now. All right. Started, I wish he had shown a little bit more, starting from 2022-ish, and we've been going up. And then I think we're all waiting for this banana zone, for the hockey stick, for the big blow off top. Now that would be ETH at 18K, Bitcoin 250, I think maybe 400K is probably more realistic. So 400K for Bitcoin, that's what I have on my chart if we do something like a very crazy move. And Ethereum, I'll have to double check again what I had, but it could be something like 18K-ish or more. You know, now you're talking 10,000 X's in your altcoins, right? Let me see if I can get this all on one page here for you guys. Where's it going to go? You guys can see that, right? Yeah. So here's the thing. Is this where we are right now? Or you can see here before the, and this is what I think usually you need a shakeout before you move into an impulse. Now, not necessarily. Now, we'll go look at these charts a little bit when we look at the macro. But are we preparing to put in a low to convince everybody we're about to go into some kind of depression or crash, reversing lockout move right here, big impulsive move here in 1999, going into 1999, and then wham, that year was just nonstop. Now, this is what I talked about before, you guys that have been following my channel, when I said, look, there could be a weird situation where we go into late 2026, 2027, but to get that, you do need a place where $5 trillion, $6 trillion, $7 trillion that's sitting in money markets on the sidelines has an excuse to enter the market. And right now, things are technically a little overvalued. They're still overheated, okay? So is this what we're waiting for? A fake, I mean, it will be quite a bit of a pullback, but it won't be, this would convince a lot of people we're gonna go much lower. And then that money sitting on the sidelines can enter and move up. And I've talked about this all the way going back in November as a possibility, that we have a break in the cycle, but that break in the cycle is what allows us to go into 2026, even 2027, because it would be a move that nobody would believe, right? So here's where we are now, right? This is the NASDAQ, by the way, I believe. Yeah. So is this going to come a little bit lower, shake everybody out, and then whipsaw back and start cranking to the upside in an unbelievable way? Yeah, I think it's very possible, but you probably do need something like this. You know, maybe not, but could be. Let's see if anybody chimed in here. Start talking about AI and different narratives coming up here. Hang on, let me bring up some charts. We're gonna go look at this. Let me get some charts ready for you guys. Hang on, my mouse is stuck, pups. My mouse is jammed. Give me 1 second here. All right, let's go look at NASDAQ and the SPX. Oh, really quick. Everybody smash the like button. I got to show you something really quick, though. Shout out to Crystal Bellotti, by the way. There is, where'd it go? CoreCoin is doing another giveaway, by the way. Okay. This is CoreCoin. They're doing another giveaway. You need to go to corecoin.win. Check it out. It sounds pretty cool. Put in a little bit of core, and they have a contest. And I think this one ends, let's see, when does this next one end? Next one is going to be, it's going to be announced. But get ready, it's coming up. It's coming up, all right? Let's come back over. Oh, mouse working again. Okay, so Dirty Crypto, or Jim Cork. Jim Cork, you out there? Give Jim Cork a follow. He says, hey, Saint Wolf Vision, something for your next stream. Got to check this rabbit hole out. It's very interesting. Now, I haven't looked at this yet. I just saw this right as I was starting the stream. So let's go take a look. Let's see what this is about here. All right. Jim, what's up, brother? How are you? Let's see this. I was curious what this was. So this is somebody named Dirty Crypto. I don't know who this is, but he's saying there's an insane whale on PulseChain with 700K in LP, creating the first ever Atropa level liquidity web via pump tires. Is Maria behind it? Mona Lisa, Mooney? Don't know what that is. The tickers you should be paying attention to are Moonery, Emerald, Franc, and Dollar. Okay. Now, once again, I just saw this message. I have no idea what any of this stuff is at all. The wallet has created 7 tokens, 4 of which are mentioned above, and 3 bot tokens. Okay. Now, if it is Atropa, Dev, obviously they have a history. We don't have a good history, right? So they pumped things up, cashed in, and dumped everything, right? So I'm not ready to dive in on anything else until they make what they were creating before make a lot of sense, but we don't know who this is. It's saying they've been buying clips of Pump recently. Remember, I told you guys Pump is the one. Pump, and we'll go look at the charts. Pump and Most. I was saying Pump is my favorite of the two. They were an early buyer of Teddy, extremely early. Were they the creator of Teddy? Okay, that's the other one, not Bear, but Teddy. Oh, it's probably, oh, you know what? Maybe it's connected to B-Roots in some way. I've traced the wallet buying Atropa, then swapping into pDAI during the crash in April 16th. Interesting. They're providing liquidity. The Pump Tires bio says Omega liquidity bonding architecture. They're creating an interesting web of liquidity like Atropa. Only difference is these are all Pump Tire tokens, which directly benefit Pulse and PulseX. Okay, good. 125 LP with Teddy. Okay. There's quite a bit of whales in there, though. This is the main token, it seems. Free gold. Okay. Then there's the one called Thaler. Then Emerald. Okay. Benevolent, a scammer would not warn against buying a token, also provided real LP with tokens of real value. Leads me to believe something bigger is at play. Okay, that's cool. Definitely have to check it out. This person did a lot of research here. Okay, who is it? I'm not sure, but I'm getting Atropa Maria vibes here. Everything from the descriptions, liquidity descriptions, theme. I wonder if Maria's secretly made a new Teddy on Pump Tires with an intricate web of liquidity while benefiting PLS on Pump Tires. Benefiting PLS and PulseX. They bought Atropa, swapped into pDAI during the dip, and even provide LP. Okay. Okay, yeah, it could be that team, right? They're the only ones that knew when it was going to dip, right? What's happening here? Speculative mirror is creating an intricate system of liquidity through, okay, timing, da-da-da-da-da, okay. Okay, it's interesting. It's interesting. Definitely worth checking out. But remember, they rigged the system. Like what he's saying is they bought Atropa, swapped into pDAI during the 99% dip. So they created the dip, so they knew when it was going to happen, so they could load up their bags, you know, pump themselves up, destroy a lot of people who didn't know, and now we're supposed to go follow them into something else. So it's interesting. So definitely worth checking out. Obviously, they are things that are going to pump, and if you're a trader, it may be something worth riding along with, but being aware that of their past history, right? That's definitely key. What's this? They did like a lot of... All right, that's cool. Yo, thanks for sending that over. Appreciate it. What else we got here? Backed by Tether Gold. You like some of this? We can go look at some of these charts. We'll go look at Most and Pump really quick for sure. All right. Looks like the S&P is pushing up really nicely. That's good. A lot of people are expecting a pump into this week. Could be. I do want to show you guys the... Now, this is the Dow Jones Transportation Index, okay? Now, one thing that's interesting about this is that the transportation is all of freight and shipping around the U.S. So it doesn't come down to individual business. It's literally the volume of everybody moving things around. And when this is going up, markets are getting bullish. When this is coming down, it means, well, things are going to slow down, okay? So you can know what's going to happen by just looking at this, okay? This is very basic, but it predicts things way in advance. So if I come here, for example, obviously to the zombie apocalypse, it fell off because the world came to a halt, right? So this would have been a great time to buy right here, okay? Now, if you come back to the GFC, you can see Great Financial Crisis 2008. What happened? Well, this came down big time. But you can see these movements ahead of time. You can see how it broke down, pumped up, did a double top. This is where big money was exiting, right here. Okay, big money knew the zombie apocalypse was coming. Okay, so they exited here. Retail bought this dip, came up, did a double top, and then see you later. Because you can see something similar in Bitcoin as well when you go back, that it seemed like people knew, and people always know. Okay, so let's see if we see something like that as well, a weakening trend before the zombie apocalypse. Oh, look at that. Isn't that funny? You can see all the way back here in September of 2018, you can already see a bit, you know, it's coming. It was already sloping down. Okay, it was already weakening. Okay, so maybe big money knew way ahead of time that these people were ready to do something. And then retail buys this dip here. It doesn't go up very much, does it? Because what's coming next is this. Let's see what's happening here. Well, this peak right here, this was 2021. Okay, so that was this bull run here, BTC 69K. Okay, it dumped, right? Really hard. And it looks like some people were exiting beforehand, probably on that first peak at 64K, which we know, right? When we come here, we see this here. All right, maybe this is where retail buys the dip. Possibly we have the rest of, we start picking up again, but it doesn't make a higher high. Retail stays in, they're hoping for this, right? This continuation. But what if it's very similar to what we've seen in the past, and it goes and makes a lower dip, right? And we get that big dip. And then we get the big move up, because big money re-enters here, just like they do every time. Big money entered right there, okay? They probably exited right here in 2018. They were already preparing. They already knew. When you go back to GFC, you can see the same thing. Big money probably was exiting. Now, once again, I'm just speculating here, but I know they know things to some extent. They knew something was about to break, and then here Bear Stearns breaks, right? Bear Stearns break. And then retail is already committed, because retail bought this dip right here. All right. Now, when did big money buy the dip? Well, they bought this dip because they knew something was going to break. They probably knew Bear Stearns was going to break, because what was it? Kramer came on famously and was saying, Bear Stearns is fine. It's not going anywhere, everybody. Stay calm. Keep your money in there. One of the oldest, blah, blah, blah. You guys have seen that clip probably on Twitter, right? And what happened, though? Bear Stearns collapsed, all right? Sending the whole market down 60, 65%. So big money knows ahead of time. Okay, so they're already exiting. So you can see these, right? Retail always buys these dips, which you should. But sometimes you can buy the dip, write it up, and then know that, okay, it's time to sell. Same thing here. I'm not scared of it. I'm just aware that maybe this is the one that they want us to buy, right? Or it's already happened. Well, how far back is it? No, it's 21. Maybe this is the one, right? Because we still haven't really beat the all-time high from 2021. So maybe we have a juicy pump here for May going into the summer, and then at some point, maybe they know we're going to come down. And that's where that $5 trillion sitting on the sidelines is going to enter. Do I think $5 trillion is entering right now, or they're about to enter right now? I don't know, man. They're getting pretty high yields right now. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. So maybe they know something else is coming. It either happens now, or maybe they pump it back up. Maybe we look like we're about to go to all-time highs, and at some point we come back and we make a much lower low, and then they enter. You know, big money will get in somewhere down there. That'll bring us back to, GFC. High there. Could be possible. You can go further back in time a little bit and look at the DJT. It's kind of an interesting chart. We can go all the way to the .com bubble. Let's just see that really quick. Where's .com? Here's .com. Oh, look at that. Isn't that interesting? So here you got .com. Okay. What do we see here? Kind of exactly like the GFC, right? Exactly. You've got this first sell-off, this big sell-off here. Okay, and what did retail do? Retail bought this bottom here in 1990, in the September of 1998. Retail probably went crazy. We did a double top. Retail was holding the bag right here, and that's when the big .com crash happened. But big money was already probably selling. You could see the DJT already coming down. They knew something was coming. That it was, and then .com just fizzled. The whole market's fizzled out for 2 years, right? And then if you bought here in 2003, or you got in anywhere between, not necessarily, I mean, between 2001 and 2003, but people were probably buying all these dips, right? But the big dip came 2002 here, and then you got that big run up right there. So you see this similar pattern here, you know, just like we got exactly the same, very similar right here. GFC.com, very similar. You had the warning, the sell-off, retail buys in, warning, sell-off, retail buys in, we go up, double top, and then the big crash comes, and then the big sell-off comes after. Okay, it's usually not the first one. I'm wondering if that's what we're gonna get, something like that now. Looks like a big fucking schlong hanging down there. Sorry about that, pups. You know, I'm wondering if this is the one that lures in retail, or the last for retail to come in here, hoping that this is banana zone right now. You know, that this is bananas, but could it be? It could be. It could be. But maybe this is the one that lures them in. And what's actually going to happen is maybe it could be exactly like it's happened before, right? Double top, you need to sell, and then you get the big correction. And that's when the money exits money markets and enters the crypto market and what have you. And then we start the big move into like absolute insanity. This is on weekly, so sorry that, you know, I don't mean to drag it out into 2030, but this would be much more tighter in actuality. What's up, Grab? How you doing? Mr. Mark Zuckerberg there. Let me get rid of this here. Draw this a little bit closer for you guys. Yeah, so we get the double top, and we get the sell-off, and then we go. And your top is in 2027. You get the banana zone. Something like this. And big money knows to wait to enter here. All right. This was just like the other two big times we had that before, right? And even the zombie apocalypse, you know, which was here, you saw first top, came down, retail got in, didn't make a higher high, going sideways, and the real time to buy was the next drop, which was there. So there does seem to be a little bit of a similar pattern here. Now, I look at a lot of things. I try to simplify it every live stream. I show you guys a little bit of something. Last time we looked at the silver and gold ratio, so maybe let's go look at that and see what that looks like right now. It does seem like we have some bullishness coming in, but there's still some funny stuff going on too, though. What's this? Let's see, silver's looking good. I got this chart here. I'm keeping Dixie down. And the Dixie goes lower. Let's see. This is it. Fuck. Did I not save it? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe right now it's breaking down, so maybe we do have big juicy pump. Maybe we're still got a little bit of ways off. It's interesting. It's like, what did gold do? Gold had even kept going, 3,300. Oh yeah, gold looks done for sure. Didn't even make it to the 2618 there. My target is 3750 and 4100 on gold, but it definitely looks like it's reversing right now. Might have one last rally. Let's see what this looks like. Nah, I think it's done. I think it's donezo. What's up, Tam Tam? How you doing? Let's go look here at the big boy, BTC. Now it's getting late. It's getting late, pups. BTC is very bullish, but at a lot of resistance right now. A lot. You've got this giant vector candle. We have filled it. We've come up. This is where it fell out of the support band. Really strong support right here. And it's come back and it's retested it and it's being rejected there. Now, if I were to flip this over, you can see what it did. It was as if it was in a bullish trend, came back to retest the impulsive breakout. It's complete. So maybe I would at least expect a pretty big bounce right here. You know, at least somewhere between 88K to 77K. So maybe we come here before we continue up, right? So I flip it back over. So that would technically make sense, right? But we know Bitcoin likes to do Bitcoin things and can kind of do what it wants if the market makers want to. But I would expect we get some kind of pullback, you know. But we don't have to. If they decide they want to push us up, you know, they can just do that. But I would expect just technically some kind of retest back here, somewhere between 88 and 80, somewhere in this range, you know. But maybe that's too obvious, right? Maybe that's too, everyone's expecting that, right? Maybe that's not the, that wouldn't wreck the most people. Yeah, it'll get filled at some time, so maybe this would make sense to, yeah, it's an interesting call. Very interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you know, it just seems obvious it wants to do that before it continues to come back. But, you know, it doesn't have to, man. What if they just really pushed it up, right? And just like, chink, chink, hit 100. I guess we got to see what happens tomorrow. Go to the daily here. Yeah, it doesn't have to retest it now, but I think it would be healthy to. But this whole cycle has been just pushing up and faking everybody out. So let's go look at ETH. So I mean, look, the bull trend's not broken. We're still in the upward channel. Oh, you know what's funny? Yeah, I did draw this a long time ago that we just did push up, go sideways and push up. Yeah, we don't ever have to retest. You know, the big fake out would be just going sideways right here. Like I drew, just literally everyone's expecting a retest of a breakout or something, or just a push up. So you just literally go sideways and then you go up, fucking everybody up completely. That's always messes people. Going sideways always wrecks most people. Everybody just wants a clear pullback or a pump. But sometimes just sideways wrecks the most people. ETH is at 1800. We're looking good. We're above most of the important moving averages. We still got to get above the 21, which is around 2300. ETH looks really good. ETH looks great, you know. It almost It's almost like they're fucking with us, but it is what it is. You know, it looks good. This is good. Even if we got a little pullback here, you know, I would still like it. I still like what I'm seeing, right? You know, if we got a bit of a retest here and came back, I just get even more bullish. You got this beautiful inverse head and shoulders. We're looking really good. So maybe we get a pullback, prime us up for more upside. Yeah, could get a little pullback here. Got a beautiful inverse head and shoulders. That would move us up to probably about 2400, putting us in bullish territory. I mean, that's where we need to get, 2400. Yeah. ETH BTC, you know, 0.019. Wait, what was I doing? What's this? You know, where we got to in 2019 was 0.016. You can see where we are. We're almost in that same zone. But could this be what we're looking at on ETH? It's also one possibility, right? That ETH actually has to come here before it moves to there. That's just one take. It's one take. That was just one thing I was looking at recently. If I draw it like that. Otherwise, we're at support and we're ready to make this W and go. But I do have to recognize that the trend, the trend is it could be this channel. It could be. It's possible. I don't know, a few different ways to draw it, I suppose. But inevitably, it's a very big bull flag, right? If that's what it is. So it could come out of here, bounce, and actually destroy Bitcoin. I mean, we could get to something like 0.2%, 0.2, which would put the price of ETH at 20% Bitcoins. So if BTC hits 400K, what are we talking about? You're talking about an $80,000 Ethereum. So that's where that idea comes from, right? So when you start charting it like this, you understand that ETH has been at 0.015. Maybe it can get to it was at 0.15 before. Maybe it can get to 0.15 or 0.2. If it breaks out of this channel, retests, and just keeps moving up against BTC, you could get to a $40,000 Ethereum, or 80,000 if it's 0.2, and BTC's at, let's say, 400K. You know, if BTC is at 200K and this gets to 0.2, you're at a $40,000 Ethereum, all right? And it's very possible. Don't think it's not. But it could also mean that there could be a little bit more pain for it as well. It's possible, right? Or maybe not. Maybe we are just, it's this chart. It's just very simple. It's just at support right now. And it can just chop for a little bit and then move to the upside from here, right? But yeah. Have we bottomed on the ETH BTC ratio, you know? Or is it going to be something like this, which is crazy, but it looks good in the long run. Like, you know, I would feel confident that this incredibly massive flag is going to just go berserker, break out of this channel, and then go nuts, at least double topping back here, which was 0.15. So if BTC is at 200,000 and this only double tops what it did in 2017, if it only does that, okay, that would be right here, okay, and that would be somewhere around here. That would be a $30,000 Ethereum if BTC is at around 200K. You know what I'm saying? The minimum? Oh, fuck. Oh, what's up, KR? How you doing? Oh, let me check, bro. The minimum? Fuck, the minimum. There's no minimum, man. It's crypto. There's no minimum. The minimum in crypto is 0. No. Maybe 7K. That'd be like bad performing ETH. That'd be like the bad boy. Not good Ethereum. Hour and a half. Yeah, man. Anybody can join. The link's in the Telegram if this one's not working. But the one I sent you should be fine. Let me send you a fresh one just in case. But yeah, it's an open stream tonight. Bitcoin 2 is pumping. I don't know what that means, Goldie. 2 is pumping. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this as a possibility as well, meaning that obviously BTC takes the stage for longer. That's all this means. It doesn't mean ETH has to get lower in value. It just means BTC goes up while alts and ETH just stay stagnant for longer, okay? That's all that this means, okay? But that may not be a bad thing in the long run, just so you understand what I'm showing you here, okay? I hope you guys understand. So if this gets up here, even if it just double tops here, you're talking about BTC at 100K, and this gets up here, it's a $15,000 Ethereum, just to give you perspective, all right? So, but I think this could certainly get up to here and higher, but at least here, and maybe here you'd get a pullback, right? This might be the end of the bull run if it gets there, but we don't know. We don't know how fast it's going to move. I have a feeling it's being pulled down so hard. When it moves, it's going to move. It's going to be crazy, and that's when obviously PulseChain, Hex, everything is going to just. It's going to move fast, really fast. I really think so. So I think there's a couple people trying to join. Let's see if they figure this out. And then let me check the Telegram as well. If there's any confusion over there. Guys, the link is in the Telegram too. You guys know that, right? Yo, what's up, Conspiracy Crypto? Did you catch the beginning? We got into some juicy conspiracy stuff. All right. We looked this. Let's just look USDT dominance, and we're going to look at Pulse. And yeah, so what's going on here? Yeah, we're coming down. That's great. People are entering the market. We're not completely out of trouble, but we're looking good. We're looking good. Yep, we've been rejected at that resistance, and we are coming down. People are entering the market. This is great. We made a lower low on the USDT dominance, so that's good. That means people are favoring riskier assets than holding a stable. So that's very good. Very, very good, right? You broke this right here. We've gone lower. In the meantime, everybody smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Pups, I'm going to grab a drink of water really quick. I am out, and I'll be right back. It does feel like crypto Twitter is pretty calm and chill. That's kind of a good sign in a lot of ways. A lot of people have left. I was looking at the Google search terms as well. Things seem to have chilled out a little bit. We were looking at this before for Pulse. All right, so Pulse is at the end, approaching the end of this pennant it's been in here. Okay, and it's butting up against resistance right now. Let's see what it's going to do. Down. Let's see what's going to do. Stochastic has been cranked up there. It does look like it's turning around. Not on the weekly though. It's got a lot of room to run there on the weekly. Let's see what this looks like. Bam, bam. Yeah, it's just being hit on that resistance right there. Overall, for me, this is very bullish looking. Okay, right now, very bullish looking. Are we breaking out now, or are we still going to hang out in this for a little bit longer? There's certainly a little more to go. You could certainly come down further on this. There's a confluence of resistance above us. We're being rejected right now. Now, I don't think it's the end of the world if this goes a little lower. You've got a ton of support down here. Could get a nice juicy double bottom. It's not a big problem for me. Don't mind it. Kind of anticipating it. If you guys have been watching this channel, you know how I like the W's on those double bottoms. PulseX looking good. It is being, once again, there is some resistance right here, very similar to Pulse. It's being smashed down right there. Okay. Yeah. Let's go see Ink. Ink's at $1.39. It's kind of right now didn't quite break out. It's just doing a retest of what it broke out of. So obviously, if we get bullish here, you know, you're talking about one of these, right? So could start moving to the upside pretty quick. If not, you know, I also had an anticipation that we could just chop sideways, and then dependent on if we get weak and come down, or we do make a break at some point to the upside. But we're at 139. We're looking good. About a dollar was defended, you know, 90 cents, a buck. It didn't want to get much lower than that. We still have a lot of air down here between 60 cents and 90 cents that I wanted to see taken out. Not because I want a good entry, but just to get rid of this air down here. It's not the healthiest thing. Once it's filled out, you know, I'm really I just feel better about it. Wrap Bitcoin, or sorry, was it Pulse Wrap Bitcoin? Almost hit $300, didn't it? Where'd it go? Yeah, it hit $330. It's pulling back a little bit, 260. That's good. It's holding up really well. $40 million market cap. What's going on with pDAI lately? I'll look at this in a sec. Yeah, it's just kind of like smack down, holding here at the bottom. Don't have any new updates for that. I know there's always some latest news popping up here and there for that. PX. All bonded new. Let's see. Just under 007. Just under 007. A lot of resistance above where it is right now. A lot of resistance. You know, some of these really depend on how bullish ETH gets, right? If BTC dominance stays strong and there's a rally, but it doesn't involve Ethereum and a lot of altcoins, and we'll probably just chop, you know. So if ETH doesn't get bullish and altcoin market doesn't, we could just chop, right? It's not the end of the world. Sorry about that. It's getting late. I'm about ready before we're ready to make our moves, right? But hey, if I'm also ready if we get bullish. I'm ready to go. I'm pretty sure everybody's bags are packed. I know mine are. Let's see. This is EHEX. EHEX, same thing. It broke out down from this nasty head and shoulders looking thing. It's coming up and getting rejected pretty hard right now. Okay. Once again, it could just be chop. I have a little channel here. We just chop sideways and be happy. But it is, to me now, it's in a falling wedge. So if it wants to, hey, I'm fine if it does something like this. And then we come out and we break out hard. See that? That'd be really beautiful. And that looks like it would make a lot of sense to me. This just would be gorgeous if it did this, because it would have a lot of energy coming out of this move. And I would say that same thing for PHEX as well. Just now, there's a lot of volume coming in here on PX, so PX could go. EX, really maybe EX is more Ethereum. There's just not a lot of energy right now in it, and I'm fine with that, because maybe it'll take that last low to get people really excited to come in and step in, or who knows who's going to defend it, right? We may have market makers step in to defend it, but PHEX looks like people are yeah, this may be really, really strong. I at least think, I think I was saying before, we're at least going to get a pull up to here to this resistance line, at least at about 009. Let's see what Astropa is doing. Astropa is $16 million market cap. I do like this move I'm seeing right here. To me, when I see Astropa right now, yeah. So Astropa looks good. Like I could see this coming out, retesting, doing a breakout move like that. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So that would probably be something like what I could see this doing for here. Is I like what I'm seeing here. Coming out here, coming back, do a retest, and then going out, right? Probably didn't draw that well, but you guys understand. Pretty much what I'm saying is it's going to clear this gap, is what it looks like to me it wants to do. So bam, bam, come back, something like that, and then, be gone. But I have a feeling you're going to clear this gap pretty quick when this breaks out of here. So this looks good. Tropa looks good to me right now. I'm liking it. Let's see Teddy Bear. You guys wanted to see Bear is hanging out at the bottom. To me, Bear is going to move for sure. People are not done with Bear. No, sir. Yeah. Bear is still in the... This is what might catch people off guard. When people stop paying attention to stuff like this, that's when things like this move. I kind of like what I'm seeing right here with this bear move. If it does what I think it could do, which is similar to what Atropa did, and I'm just gonna put it out there. There's gonna be some big move here like this. I don't know where it's gonna come, okay? Then we'll, exactly like what Atropa did, come up like this. And then you're going to have this crazy clearing, this whole purple zone that I have, just like I showed you on Atropa. It'll come like halfway back, and it'll be see you later, bye-bye. Nobody's going to be able to get in. Nobody's going to be able to get in. It's just going to be see you later. See this purple box? And I showed you guys on Atropa, same thing. What I'm getting from Atropa right now is there's going to be a big move where it's just going to fly right past this thing. The market cap will double like literally overnight. And it's called a lockout move. And I don't think we're going to chop in here. I think the chop's here. It's going to clear this, and it's going to go. And I'm seeing the same vibe for this one called Teddy Bear, which I think is BEAR. Where'd it go? Hey, buddy. Are you? Yeah. So I see something like similar could happen here. Oh, shit. Let me delete this mess. So this purple box here, yeah. If it does what I think it could do, and it's looking good right now because you've got this beautiful falling wedge, when this moves, I think it's going to be even more massive than fucking Atropa. Like, it'll probably slam into the bottom of this purple box, come over like this, just like Atropa, and then it'll bam right through that. Maybe it comes back and does a little retest before it goes. It's going to be a big move. That's what I'll tell you for sure. It's going to be a massive one. So there's that. BFF. What happened with this one? The other bear. Did Atropa Dev abandon this one too? What's going on here? Oh no. Yeah, you know what? I could see it here too, and I'm gonna give you an idea of what I see, guys. I'm just gonna put it out there. I see this is very similar to bear, and maybe Atropa is giving us the hints of what's coming for bear and BFF. And I'm gonna show you again. I'm gonna draw you price action. All right. This is what I'm seeing right now. I'm gonna channel. Okay. Same thing. I don't have the boxes here, so sorry, you can't see it, but it's gonna be very similar. You're gonna be a big lockout move, a massive, and I don't know what's gonna cause it. Show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. Maybe they'll, you know how the Tropa Dev is, they'll announce something will happen, and it'll do this, dude. And it'll come down just a little bit, and it'll be like, see you later, bye-bye. And it's gonna be a massive move here too. Because what happens is you end up with one of these, right? You got this left shoulder, head, and you got a right shoulder. Exactly like bear, exactly like a Tropa. That's what I'm seeing building up on these assets, okay? Now, once again, I don't know if that's what they're gonna do. I just look at charts all day, and I think that's what they could be loading up for. See, you got this left shoulder, head, right shoulder, okay? I'm gonna come back over here to teddy bear. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If the rest of it plays out, where's this red druid? This will help you guys identify patterns as well in the crypto markets because, come here, they do these. Now, you guys have heard of these, and sorry the charts, my charts are messy, I'm always drawing all over them. Same thing here. You've got this left shoulder, head, and then remember I was making you guys that drawing over here, that'll be the right shoulder, okay? And it's gonna be what's called a lockout move. And it'll just bam. And I'll show you what it looks like. I'm gonna flip it over and it's gonna make a lot of sense to you guys. This is what we call the Bart Simpson. Have you guys seen this? You've heard about this? The dreaded Bart Simpson, but this is the inverse. So you just flip it over, that's what it looks like, okay? It just, this pattern repeats over and over and over and over again, all over crypto. And that's what I'm seeing kind of like possibly could be happening over here. And I'm only giving this alpha because nobody's watching the stream tonight, so that's good. So I can share. I'm kind of sharing way too much. This is like the kind of TA that gets you front run on stuff. And BFF, it's the exact same pattern, guys. This is what I'm seeing right now. So, and once again, the market could chop and go sideways. These are already sold out. Like all the sellers are gone. So for example, let's say we chop longer. That would just mean it happens a little bit further down. Like maybe it starts in June. You know, because remember I talked before about maybe we get something like a pump starting midsummer, catching everybody off guard, like in July or something like that, right? And so that would be here. So same thing. All the different. The only difference is this just chops sideways longer, right? That's it. So you have more time to accumulate. But at some point, it's going to do one of these. At least that's what I'm kind of seeing down the road, right? So same applies to bear. And Atropa, they could just chop sideways, but I think most of the sellers are gone right now, right? You know, same thing. It doesn't have to happen tomorrow. This could literally just keep chopping sideways, and then it happens maybe June, July, if we don't break out this week or in May, right? So keep that in mind. But I think the same pattern still repeats. Even if this comes down, it goes up, does this, still it's the same thing to me. I feel like it's going to make one of these kind of things. All right, so that's what I'm seeing with the Atropa, Teddy Bear, and BFF. They are all looking similar to me. Yeah, they're looking good, man. I'm still bullish on them. Yo, what's up, Taurus Table Talk? You saw my drawing. I did some drawings tonight. Gave you guys some price action. Nobody else is doing that, pup. Smash the like button if you're out there. Really appreciate it. It took years of sweating on this to be able to draw price action on there, and I'm sharing it with you guys just for a like. Just smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's see. Core. Let's go look at Core really quick. What's going on here with Core is looking amazing. It's always moving up. Always holding support on its way up. Stoked at that. There's a lot of hardworking people working on this one, so that's been good. I want to say we need to find most and pump. The main two Richard Hart memes tonight. Let's see. Where they at? What happened to TSFI, by the way? Just randomly look at some Atropos. I haven't looked at this in forever. Oh, fuck. It broke down from here, huh? So I haven't talked to a lot of Atropos. Is Maria not supporting their projects anymore? You want to look at the new Teddy? I think I had... Pulse Pup. Let's come over here. Oh, where the fuck is most and pump? There we go. Most and pump. Look at that. Isn't it called? It's called Teddy, right? Oh, you guys had a chance to buy down here. Yeah, man, it looks bullish. Looks good. Looks bullish. Let's get this shit out of here. But yeah, it looks good. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to break out of here, most likely to the upside, right? Pretty freaking bullish. Yeah. What is, just curious. Let's see. What was this? Oh, shit. This was the Fed? Just keeps going down, huh? Let's see. Where's... So, let's see. Bear is 4.9 million. The new one is double. This looks very bullish right now. This has yet to confirm this inverse head and shoulders that I'm anticipating to happen here. But it also looks good. I mean, they're not too far apart. Obviously, you got a lower market cap here, but they both look good. They both look good. You know, all the bears are going to go. I think the same thing. It's what I've said for a long time. You know, there might be a big bear run going on. You know, where BFF, Teddy Bear, Bear, whatever, all the bears run, right? So you probably can't go wrong with those. Yo, what's up, Avidian? How you doing, man? Thanks a lot for that super chat. Let's go see what's going on. Let's see what he's talking about. He says, this is it. The next few months are the months of truth unless the cycle has been delayed. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Are they going to keep it going, or are we going to have this super long cycle? In that case, we'll probably have a little bit of a delay, which may not be bad in the long run, right? But thanks a lot for that super chat, man. Really appreciate that. Yeah, the bear coins. Vidian, what's up? 555. Okay, let's look at pump. Pump's looking good. It's just hanging out in this range. Nothing bad. Just chopping sideways. It's looking good though. Now, this is only a $12 million market cap. Now, once again, I like pump just because it's tied to pump tires. And if we get a bull cycle, which it's going to come, it's just a matter of time, there's no doubt the Heartman is going to promote pump. It only makes sense. It's got his face on it. Every time people use pump tires, it pumps PulseChain. it is a no-brainer. Pump tires is the biggest no-brainer, like one of the biggest no-brainer memes. Like, of course, it's going to do unbelievable numbers. Most is like the same chart. They both look the same. So I guess you could pick your poison. The difference is this is a fifth of the market cap of most. And I think when bull season comes, this is the one. It's literally called Pump. It's called Pump Tires. The token name is called Pump. It has Richard Hart faces on it. It pumps Pump Tires, which pumps PulseChain. So for me, this one's a no-brainer. Pump Tires is looking really good. Most is going to do awesome too. It's a great chart. They both look really good. Yeah, they're both going to do fine. But obviously, this is just lower market cap right now. So that's nice. Let's go look at, I was looking at PulsePup too, right? Where'd PulsePup go? Where you at, buddy? Look at PulsePup. PulsePup, looking good. It's smashed into some resistance up above. Maybe it's just going to chop sideways for a second. I was anticipating a deeper pullback into this purple box somewhere, but support is really strong at about 90 bucks, okay? 85 to 92 bucks. 85 to 100 bucks, the support was just super strong. So right now it's just getting a retest of the breakout, so it could be just start to gain strength as well. It could just chop, get up here, you know, it could start making its way out on its own. So that's good. Yeah, PulsePup looking good. So everybody come to the Telegram at St. Wolf Vision. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button if you haven't smashed it already. I got a big surprise coming this week. Probably even as soon as tomorrow. Depends on what the market does. But I got something big coming. All right? Something really big coming. Let's look. I do want to see. Do Pulse. Go back. Hex. Yo, Worldwide. What's up, Worldwide? Can you look at Mooney, Mona Lisa, tied to Teddy? All right, let's go look at it really quick. Let's go look. Mooney. Let's go look what that is. That's a good name, by the way, for a token. Mooney, Mona Lisa. I'm going to look at the one tied to Pulse, all right? Well, what's there to look at? That's bullish. That's your pump, man. That's your pump. So what do you want to know? You probably want to know, is this pump over? Let me see something really quick. That's probably, it came out when? April 12th. And today, it's been out 2 weeks, $1 million market cap, 80K liquidity. Everything looks great. I mean, it's absolutely cranked on everything. It's already hockey sticked. I would probably expect, because people were probably accumulating through here, this is going to be your big sell-off. I'm assuming, right? Like, I don't know what the plans are, but, you know, I wouldn't be a buyer here. I would probably expect a pretty serious correction, but at the same time, it could push up one more time. But it does, you know, we do see these dojis up here, but it's $1 million meme coin, 80K liquidity. I mean, anyone could push this up one more time, right? You got to keep that in mind. But I wouldn't chase like the next pump up if that happened, right? Obviously, you know, you could expect at least a retrace to here, right? So maybe your place to get in might be right there at 0.0002, 0.0003. Since this move is so euphoric and crazy, right? I'm only saying that. Yeah, I think that might have been the top. It's possible. So you could expect a retrace. I mean, you know, any of these levels could cut it, right? because liquidity is low and it isn't alt. It could rip from any of these, but I would, yeah, I'm gonna draw something in here really quick. Yeah, we'll come back and take a look at this. Yeah, if you're bullish on this, you can start buying in there, start DCing in there. You know, your expectation is these people that we're holding for here are going to start taking profits, right? You got the RSIs rolling over. But like I said, you never know with these. You know, I would be a seller here. If I was a guy accumulating here, I'd be trading this, and at least, you know, you know, it's Sunday night. Your brain is like getting cooked. Yeah, I mean, you could get another surprise push, right? You could. Like, it's possible that you get another surprise push to the upside. It's very possible it could happen, right? But I would more likely be a profit taker than wait for that one last push if it happened, you know? Because even though you have dojis up here, doesn't mean it has to reverse. Doesn't mean it has to do any of this, right? $1 million market cap thing, and if it's really popular, could do what it wants. But let's see. Interesting. EX. Let's see what else I got. Yeah, what's going on in the crypto land? Let's see if anyone's doing spaces or something really quick. It does seem pretty quiet out there, which is usually what it's like, you know, for upside. But people do seem to be ignoring things right now a little bit. Oh, this week. Okay, that's right. You have the earnings week. A ton of economic data is coming out this week. That's right. And the unemployment rate, Bank of Japan rate decision, things can get spicy. So why that's important, really quick, I want to show you guys this. I think I showed you guys last time the, where is it at? I think I saved it here. Let's see. Find it. Hang on a sec. I gotta find it. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Yeah, dude. Leave. So, USD, JPY. Yeah, we were looking at this before. So, this is at a very, very precarious spot right now, right? You see where that is? So, you got this... You got the left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Okay. So, yeah. So I think a lot of people are waiting for the decision this week. They want to see what the earnings look like for everybody. What's going to happen, right? Are we going to go into a massive sell-off? Everything is perched at one of those perfect spots right now for a sell-off. Maybe this fits in with the retracement narrative we got going on. But it's very unpredictable, right? Trump could get up tomorrow morning and start tweeting something else, right? To, you know, go against any bearish news we get this week. Maybe some bullish news also comes in this week. So we got to be ready to see what's going on. They're playing. The game is very, unique right now, right? Everything's precarious, very irrational. Trump is playing hardball all over the place. So we got to see what happens really tomorrow. You should be positioned well. You should be positioned where, let's say you have some alts you like, you have your position, but you also have some cash. If we go down, you take advantage. If we start moving up, you go into the alts that you were liking, right? Whatever those were. Incentive token. We did look at incentive, right? I like incentive token. It's looking really good, man. There's a lot of stuff being built for incentive token, and it's doing a retest right now. All right. So you already have some, let's say, for example, incentive token, but you're also anticipating you have some cash, you're ready to buy it if we start breaking to the upside. But of course, if we break down, great. You get to buy a little bit more. So actually, you should be in a good position right now. You know, you should be ready for either move, right? You should be ready for either direction. Good things are coming, man. Good things are coming, pups. Really, good things are really good. I got a lot of movies to show you as well. Oh, sorry for the capital letters there, brother. Was it going on 12:30 right now? Getting late. I'm going to show you guys this really quick before we wrap. I'm going to do a whole thing on a guy. Do you guys know who Yuri Berezmanov is? Do you guys know who that is? Oh, I don't know. I haven't previewed this yet. I hope it's not some... After the pDAI pump, we've gone super quiet. pDAI dump. You guys got worn out. I told you guys don't get too caught up in that because I've said this in the Telegram group. You guys should come to the Telegram. So at St. Wolf Vision, one way you can lose out in markets is being ground down emotionally. And when you see things like that were happening, you gotta protect yourself. You gotta protect yourself because you can be worn down emotionally in these markets, like completely. You know, so go to the Telegram group, join it. Also, we got some huge announcements coming. Some really cool stuff. Really cool stuff's happening. It's going to have something to do with ink, but it's going to have something to do with some other stuff too that I'm going to talk about probably this week. I just don't want to talk about it going into if things get spicy. So let's see. Do you feel like since the zombie apocalypse, some force has been actively trying to transform your perceptions of reality, of what's right and wrong? Oh, fuck. Okay, sorry. It does that sometimes. Thanks for the heads up. I'll just go right to the part. I'm going to do a deeper dive into Yuri, okay? I was sending, by the way, Yuri videos. I have people that have messaged me. I was sending his videos out in 2011 to people, and people thought I was just fucking crazy. That's when I realized I think I'm either am crazy or everyone else doesn't really understand what's happening. And so I'm going to do a series on Yuri because
That is a phrase
yeah, just
that
listen.
I'm afraid some Americans
I think it
don't
should be
fully
working now,
understand.
right?
When the Soviets used
good.
the phrase ideological subversion, what do they mean by it?
It's working.
Ideological subversion is the slow process which we call either ideological subversion or active measures, активные мероприятия in the language of the KGB, or psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country. It's a great brainwashing process which goes very slow, and it's divided in 4 basic stages. The first one being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. Why that many years? Because this is the minimum number of years which requires to educate one generation of students in the country of your enemy, exposed to the ideology of the enemy. In other words, Marxism-Leninism ideology is being pumped into the soft heads of at least 3 generations of American students.
Yeah, man. So he did this in the 90s. He's not with us anymore, but he has his videos now. He's sending out his videos to people, like I said, about 2010, 2011, 2012, and people just thought I was crazy. But it's funny now. Now it's almost 15 years later, and I'm an old man, and his videos are coming back to haunt me, and because they're very true. I mean, everything he said, it really started happening it really did start happening big time in the 90s. It was happening before that, but what you're going through right now is called hyper-normalization, where they're normalizing something you shouldn't be normalized to. That's why nothing feels real anymore. Everything seems fucking weird, and everybody's fucking crazy. Oh, I ran into some American girls Saturday night, but I'm going to tell you guys about that this week. They attacked me. They were all like going off on political shit. Yo, I'm going to let this guy wrap up. Yo, what's up? Hello. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm about to end the stream, buddy. But yeah, so look forward to that. I'm going to do a Yuri Brezmenov deep dive. I want to share with you guys what he said back then. He's absolutely right. It's like a voice from the past. It's just everything came true that he talked about. I'm sure some of you guys already know who it is. And yeah, come to the Telegram and stay awesome, guys. It's going to be an awesome week. You guys got to pay attention, though. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody. All right? Got interesting times coming. Yo, Money Hungry. You got to come back this week, brother. I'm going to wrap it up. We'll see everybody soon. We love you, chat. Good night, everybody.